Happy Saturday, everyone. Thank you for joining me today on Saturday, June 10th, 2017. I hope you all are having a great weekend. Mine is jam-packed with all kinds of things to do, but I thought I would take a few minutes out and catch you up on my final week of Stitch Mania. Before we get into that, it's a no makeup kind of day. It's been a rough week. Summer school started back this week. The first couple of days were great. My immediate supervisor had put me with 4 lovely students who I had worked with before, was very familiar with them, loved them like crazy, and it was going to be a relatively low stress 4 weeks of summer school for me, and I was really looking forward to that. And then on the end of day 2, my boss came to me and asked me if I would switch positions with another para to 2 students who are new to the school, high need students, very active. And what was I gonna say? No. No, so I switched to those 2 students, lovely students. I enjoy being with them, but it is going to be a bit more stress than what I had anticipated. But we'll get there, we'll get there. That wasn't the bad part of the week. By the end of that day, I was not feeling well. And I came home and I took my temperature and I had a fever. And I've been having this chest thing going on for a little bit. But I was just trying to wait it out. I don't like to go to the doctor if I don't absolutely have to. But when I was running a fever, I was like, no, I need to go to, we have quick care and we have urgent care. So I just thought I will go to quick care. Let me stop there. If there are a lot of pauses in this video, it's because I have to cough. It is what it is. So I took myself to quick care and was seen by a very lovely doctor. And long story short, he said that he was just moments away from sending me to the hospital. My blood oxygen was very low, my resting heart rate was very high, my blood pressure was okay but not great, and my cough was just horrible. So I begged him not to. I'm like, just give me meds, and I promise I'll be good. So he gave me an antibiotic, a cough suppressant, and an inhaler, and sent me on my way. I am a little better. We'll see. I haven't had 5 days on the antibiotic yet, so let's hope that by day 5 I feel a lot better, because I don't want to go. I don't want to go to hospital. So anyway, got up this morning. Just didn't feel like putting the makeup on, so you get me this way. I did brush my hair though for you, so bonus. Okay, I wanted to get this wrapped up because you guys know I'm in the process of moving. I start moving into my new place on the 15th of the month. I am looking forward to that. I've been packing boxes and more boxes and more boxes. I still have a long way to go. So I need to get to that today and tomorrow. So I wanted to get all this shown to you so that I could pack part of it away. Where to start? Okay, we left off on day 21. On day 22, I chose to do, and I hope there's not a glare on this because I really don't feel like taking everything out of the package. Plum Street Samplers, Betsy's Tart. You all have seen it before. And I am stitching this on a 36 count random blue linen that I just lightly sprayed with some walnut crystals, I believe, just to take a little bit of the edge off and to give it kind of that a little bit of a sepia tone to it. And I have not pressed any of these, so you get wrinkles, hoop marks, and all. But this is how far I got on Betsy's Tart. It's been a fun little stitch. I am anxious to get back to it. I am using the Gentle Arts called for threads, and that's being stitched 1/2. And when I do finish that, I will finish it in the Tart tin. Okay, then on day 23, this one, I didn't get as much done on this one as I would have liked to. It may stay out. Jeanette Douglas's Vintage Birds. A beautiful, beautiful piece. I'm stitching this one on 36 count Legacy 1/2, using the call for threads, which are Gentle Art and Weeks Dye Works. Sorry, I've got threads everywhere. I'll just stick it down here. And this is how, it's one of those days, guys. It's one of those days. This is how far I got on this. Not very far. But I love stitching alphabets, and I can't wait to get back to that one. Okay. I've seen a few of these finished on different groups, and it's just beautiful. All right, on day 24, I started, well, okay, technically, I think I worked on, because I was a little behind, I worked on day 23, I did both Vintage Birds and Fancy Blanket, but I just, in order to keep my numbers right, I just went ahead and said that this was day 24. And this is by Pineberry Lane. It's called Fancy Blanket Harvest Dance, the Harvest Dance. And this is what it will look like when it's finished. And I'm stitching this on 28 count even weave that I used Vanna's Baste and Bake, using DMC 1/2. And my needle minder on this one is from Scott at the Pork Chop Show on Etsy. Didn't get as far as I wanted, but it's a start. right? Okay, then on day 25, have you ever had one of those moments where you're just like, what have I done? What have I done? I had one of those moments on day 25. Day 25, Honeyberry by Erica Michaels. This is stitched on 25 count, I'm sorry, 40 count gauze, 1/1. Using the Call for Weeks and Gentle Earths. It's not gonna work. Sorry, let me see if I can. That's not gonna work either. Okay. Oh, life. Let's do it this way. Maybe. This is how far I got. Is it straight? I don't know. Do you see this lovely black outline? It's not supposed to be black. And the whole time I was stitching it, I kept thinking, this is a weird color choice for this. Why did she choose black? She did it. I just misread the chart. I totally misread the chart. It wasn't until I like literally put in the last stitch of that when I realized what I had done. And I didn't want to continue on. But then I thought, no, I don't want to leave it on a bad note. So see how you can totally see through the gauze. So then I went ahead and I did the little beehive, which was a joy to do. And I just need to weave my end in there. But it's doable, but it's near impossible to take out stitches on 40 count gauze without messing up the gauze because it's so thin. So I thought what I would do is I will go ahead and I will finish it, and it gets made into the what did I do with it? It gets made into the berry, and I will see if possibly I will sew right inside that black outline so that you don't see the black outline. If I can't make that work, then I'm just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna leave it. Oh, this little needle minder was a free one with my order from SunSpotCreations on Etsy, and she has some lovely pieces, and I'll show you another one that I had gotten last time and forgot to show. Okay, so that was day 25, Erica Michaels. Day 26. Is from punch needle and primitive stitches, summer 2016 issue, and I'm stitching Sweet Land of Liberty, and that's designed by the Humble Needle. And I'm stitching this one on 28 count even weave. I think it calls for 28 count linen, but I had that big piece of even weave and I just decided to go with it, wrinkles and all here, and that's how far I got on that one. And this is coffee stained, but let me show you what I did on the edge of it. Do you see that lovely dark prim look? I just took my coffee filter with the used coffee in it, and I rubbed it all over that, and I left it out in the sun to dry, and this is what I got, and I love it. And I'll use that part for something else. I was just playing that day. Okay, so that was day 26. Oh, and that's being stitched with the call for DMC 2/2 on that one. Then day 27. I started Cross Stitch Nation, Heartstring Samplery. Lots of people have done this one. It's a very cute pattern. I'm stitching this on 32 count Autumn Fields with the called for weeks, Classic Colorworks, Gentle Arts, all the above, 1/2. And I didn't get very far at all on this one. And this is a piece from SunSpotCreations on Etsy. How can you not love that face? So that was a nice one. I enjoyed stitching what little I did stitch on that one. I keep losing my bags. Okay. Then on day 28, oh, I love this one. It's called In Santa Claus Land by Brenda Gervais, or With Thy Needle and Thread. And this is what it will look like when it's finished. And it calls for a piece of 40 count ale by Picture This Plus. I did not have that. I did, however, have a hand-dyed fabric by Vicki Clayton. It was a very light colored, light hand-dyed, and I wanted it darker. So I took and I did a heavy mix of walnut crystals, and I soaked my piece. I put it out in the sun to dry. It wasn't as dark as I wanted. I soaked it again for probably half an hour, 45 minutes, and repeated the sun drying. And I think I did that. I think I soaked it again for maybe 15-20 minutes. I could have mixed more walnut crystals in, but I just wanted to take it slow. Because I didn't want it too dark. So this is where we are on in Santa Claus Land. And that needle minder is also from Scott at Pork Chop Show on Etsy. So that's another one that I am excited to return to. Okay, day 29. Oh. Guys, I had to frog on this one. I don't know where my head was. This one is Bee Study by Kathy Barrick. You've seen this one before. Okay, and I was so much further, and then, you know, I got down and I was one thread off because it's on 40 count, and this fabric is from Vicki Clayton, called Zebra Dove, and I'm stitching it 1/2. So I got all the way down, around, and back up, and I was a half a thread off. Well, actually I was coming down this way. I don't know which way I was going. Anyway, I was a half a thread off. I couldn't figure out where it was, and in an effort to find where it was, I had to stitch back and forth to make sure. I think my eyes were tired, and I just couldn't see where I was a half a, you know, one thread off. So basically half a stitch off. But I found it, I frogged back up to it, and now I'm back. I'm gonna go around. And that's using NPI silk. So, day 30, I was supposed to work on, which one? I think it's called Witch Silhouette Duo. It was a Mania 2016 start. It's on 36 count, I think it is. What I chose to do it on, 1/1. And I just, at that point, especially after having to frog on Bee Study, I'm using DMC rayon on this, and I couldn't do it. I just needed a break. So I did not manage to get any more done on Witch Silhouette Duo. But I will someday. I just wasn't feeling it on the 30th. And then I had left the 31st open to start something new. Like, I was gonna start Early Americans, or I was gonna start Anniversaries of the Heart. And I thought, Suzette, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? I mean, I'm anxious to start both of those. I also have another large one that I want to start. I pulled out some things. Well, I didn't pull them out. I had to look through my chart collection found lots of stuff that was smaller that I thought, oh, maybe I'll do this one. No, but I just had a good time going through my chart collection and seeing what I have, things that I had forgotten. And so, yep, 2017 Mania, 29 starts. That works for me. That works for me. I did start something new this morning. Today being June 10th, the 325th anniversary of the Salem witch trials. There is a lovely stitch along going on through Facebook, a Facebook group. There's an Instagram group. And when I was looking through my charts, I have, is it called Salem Remembered? It's by the Primitive Needle. It's the same one that Cozy Egg is doing, which how cool is it that one of her ancestors is on there? Okay, maybe not cool. Maybe that's not the right word because, well, we know what happened. But how interesting, and what a great way to memorialize your ancestor. I think that's so cool. I was tempted to do that one, but again, it's a relatively large piece. I have a few pieces by the Primitive Hair that I considered doing, also larger pieces. So instead, I decided to go with Salem Witch by the Primitive Needle. I had done this in the past, so this year I'm doing this one. And I'm stitching mine on, I think it is 36 count. And it's called Bird Feathers by Vicki Clayton. And this is how far I got this morning. It's charted as 1/1 on 36, but given the fact that I'm not feeling 100%, I decided to do 1/2. So mine will be a bit bigger than this one. And I am using, it calls for Belle Soie, but I am using Primitive Black hand-dyed fibers, Vicki Clayton. And I chose this one because of the name, Bewitched. So I'm using those two silks. And I woke up at 6:30 this morning. It was like, why? I could sleep in. But I had plenty to do. So I just thought I'll start my morning off with a little bit of stitching. And again, that's how far I got. Okay. That's it for my starts. I have a couple of other things to talk about. In my last video, excuse me for a minute. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to kick the tripod. In my last video, I think it was my last one, I showed a seat frame that I had purchased when I lived in England, and I couldn't remember the name of it. I purchased it from a company called So and So. Oh, and is it S-O and S-E-W? I think it is. Shoot. I forgot to, I looked it up, but it just kind of comes automatic when I type. it's either SEW and SO, or it's SO and SEW, one of those, .co.uk, or probably you could just type .com in or Google it and it will come up. Okay, so I showed it when it had a pattern on it. This is what it looks like. This comes off. You can order it, the two pieces together. It's called, what is it called? This is just a 10-inch seat frame. It's by Elbesee, E-L-B-E-S-E-E. Again, E-L-B-E-S-E-E. So I got the 8-inch hoop with mine, and let me take this off to show you. What I normally do when I work with a hoop is I get cotton twill tape, which you can pick up at Joann's. Any fabric store really should have it, and I wrap the base part of my hoop. Why do you do that, Suzette? Well, because I'm sorry. It creates a little bit of tension to hold your fabric in place better. And I just wrap it, and you know what? It doesn't have to be like super neat. You don't want a bunch of big lumps in it or anything, but I don't know if you can see here where I joined, I joined it together just with some whip stitches. And again, it just creates a little bit of friction or tension, or I don't know what you call it, to hold your fabric in, okay? So, and they tighten, and I didn't bring my little screwdriver over here with me. I just use a flathead screwdriver, or you can use your fingers, but I like to use a screwdriver to get it a little bit tighter. You place it in here, and you can adjust it at multiple heights with this little guy, right? Up and down. Also has a wing nut on this side that you loosen so that you can get to the back of your work, and you can adjust it to different angles using that as well. Okay, so this comes, okay, if you buy it as a set, it's somewhere around $21. You can buy different, I call this a stalk, like a stalk of celery. You can buy this piece separately in various sizes. This is an 8-inch. There's a 10-inch, and it is about $8 to $9. Or you could buy a 6-inch that is roughly $6 US. All right. You can also buy, ignore this hoop right now. You can also buy this piece right here that allows you to put any size hoop in. And this alone is, again, roughly $6. Now, I haven't had a huge amount of success having this hold a Q-snap. It's not meant really to hold a Q-snap. A Q-snap is rounded. I'll take this off and show you. Again, it's just the wing nut. You loosen that. You slide your hoop out. it's flat. It's not meant to hold a Q-snap. If it were meant to hold a Q-snap, this part would be concave, or is it convex? Concave, I think. These parts would be concave so that it would fit around the round Q-snap. Okay? No matter what, whether you try it with a Q-snap or not, when you try it, there's a little knob on this portion and a little divot on that portion. You want to make sure that those line up, whether you're using a hoop or a Q-snap. I just have always chosen to use different size hoops in it because I had them. I have a variety of sizes in wooden and plastic hoops. And then this is what it would look like on here. Okay. Now, you may be thinking, oh my goodness, I'm not ordering anything from the UK. That shipping would be ridiculous. I didn't think it was a ridiculous amount of shipping when I went and looked. In addition, if you're placing your first order, you sign up, you know, or you register your first order, you either get, it's either 10% off, excuse me, or 20% off your order. And I'm sorry, I can't remember which one now. So it you know, it helps cover that small amount of cost for shipping. I've paid higher shipping for things in the United States than what this was showing for me, and I live in the Midwest. So again, it's called Elbesee, E-L-B-E-S-E-E, seat frame. So if you Google that, there may be places in the US that sell it. I don't know. I think it is a British company. And again, that was from soandso.co.uk. What else? Oh, I do have a little bit. What are we at? 38 minutes almost. Another purchase from Scott. I'm not going to show you every single one of them. I was not going to show any at all because well, 2 of the 3 sets that I ordered, it was the last set. But then I thought, well, no, I will show you just in case he gets more in of these. So the first set was called gravestones or tombstones, and you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know, I can't count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 12 pieces. I don't think there were any 2 that were the same. I'll just show you a couple. Let me see if I can find a little. Okay, I haven't made them into needle minders yet. Here's one. And I'll show you this one. Okay, so I probably will not get those made into needle minders anytime soon, but I couldn't help it. They were cute. This is the other set that it was the last one. There are duplicates on this one. So we have 10 on this one. And oh, they're crows. And this one. And this one. And this one. And this one. And then the last one that I got, he does still have available. And oh my goodness, it's like a set of 28. And I think these were called, maybe they were just called art tiles. I'm just gonna pick out a few of my favorite. They're 1 inch. So many to choose from. My plan was to have them all made into needle minders and show you on a magnetic board, but well, that didn't happen. So it's a variety. I mean, it's a nice variety of, sorry, I'm all over the place here today, guys, of tiles. I'm still looking for my very favorite one. Oh, okay. Here's one. Some keys, some clocks. But this one was what pushed me over the edge, and I said I have to have that. And then he sent, he always sends free ones. I don't know if it's, well, he always sends free ones to me. I'm assuming he sends free ones to everyone. So this is one, this was actually also out of that art tile 28 set. But that's a free one for me. And this creepy little baby. And this adorable one. I was over the moon excited about this little witch. She's cute. Okay, so that is my purchase from Scott. He is so nice. I've mentioned him before. I will say it again. Excellent, excellent customer service. He is quick to respond to any question you have. He is quick to ship. And I've never had a problem with anything I've ordered. Everything has always been quality. So, okay. Oh, when I was looking around in my chart collection, I came across this, and you know, I don't remember buying this. It is from 2009 with Thy Needle and Thread, Brenda Gervais. And I need to go back and see if I can find when she started designing, but my have her patterns changed since then. I mean, just the design of the packaging, the design of the instructions and the graph. But look, it's called the Sheltering Tree. And this is not the only chart that I ran across in my collection that I was like, ooh. And it made me stop and think. Apart from like early Americans, or you know, anything that I have like a series going, I'm not going to buy any more charts this year, and maybe well into 2018. I have so many beautiful charts that I have completely forgotten about, that I bought because I wanted them and thought they were great, and I'm gonna stop buying charts and start stitching more. Right. Before I made that crazy decision, I had seen this particular set probably on Stitch Mania. Someone had stitched up a few of them, and I looked for it a few weeks ago and couldn't find it, and then someone else posted on Stash Unload, I think it was, searching for it, and I typed in the name of it in Google and it popped up, and I just thought, I have to have this. It's called Christmas Jar Ornaments. It's by Dimensions. It's a set of 4, and I want to stitch these up for some coworkers for Christmas this year. It came up on simplicity.com. And yeah, okay, it was $16.99 for the kit with $9 shipping, but you know, when you gotta have it, you gotta have it. So it's the kit. It comes with the plastic canvas, which I'm not sure I will use the plastic canvas. I much prefer the perforated paper. But it comes with the wire and all the floss. So there you have it. I think I have seen since on one of the groups that it is sold out, but they will be receiving more if you're interested in those. I've had a difficult time this year deciding on which ornaments to stitch for my family, but I think I finally come up with a plan. These are so cute. With Thy Needle and Thread, Brenda Gervais, Be Merry. And it comes with the little wooden piece for the snow globe. And then the second one is called Be Frosty. And I thought what I would do, because I have 6 ornaments in total to do. I have several with Thy Needle and Thread patterns. I'm going to take a look at the other ones that I have and see if any of the Santas or any of the snowmen will fit this size. And I can cut these, and so that not, you know, I'm not giving everyone the same ornament, just to have a variety. But how cute are these? Now I think these are exclusive to her shop. You can't find them, you know, like on 123 Stitch or any place else like that. So you do have to order them directly from, is it Country Stitches? Is that the name of her website? I'm pretty sure it is, Country Stitches. Then I also got my Threads of the Month from Victorian Motto Sampler Shop. And you know what? I keep telling you the wrong thread collection. It's the Ultimate Floss collection that I'm in. And I had started getting this collection prior to her doing the primitive collection. And I keep thinking about switching, but then I'm like, no, I'll just stay with this because these are beautiful as well. I'll show them in sets of 3. Sorry. So we have 2 different pinks and a lovely variegated brown. We have a green, a blue, and kind of a crew. One second. Sorry about that. Okay, so there it is again. The 6 colors for June. Beautiful. She sends out her invoices on the 1st of the month, and I pay right away, and I have these hot little numbers in my hands no later than the 5th. Always good service from Nancy. So if you're interested in a Thread of the Month club, she has, I think it's 2, it's this one, the Ultimate, the Primitive, and then there's another one. So I think she has 3 different choices of collections in addition to just some, what do you call that? Not unique. Special ones every now and then. Okay, so that wraps it up for my cross-stitch related things. In my packing and sorting and trying to get everything in order, I've been going through everything and deciding, you know, if there's anything I'm going to get rid of. So I took a big load of stuff to one of my favorite thrift stores here in town. And of course I had to, you know, I couldn't just drop off. I had to go in and see what they had. And they didn't have anything stitching related this time that I was interested in, but I did find this cute little thing. It is a genuine Longaberger basket from 2005. See? I didn't pay 60 cents for it. And there's, see, there's the signature. I paid 50 cents for this. I snatched that baby up and ran to the register. Cute. And then, on my way to the register, and I need to clean this up a little bit, I spotted this guy. It's cast iron. It's probably meant to be maybe a bookend or a doorstop, but I needed him in my life, and he was $5. Mr. Liberty Bell. Crack and all. So I felt like I had a pretty good haul from the thrift store, McKenna. Even though neither one is really stitchy related, I was happy with those finds. And I have more stuff to take this coming week, so who knows what I will find. I'm going to try really hard to film my craft room video in the next couple of days, so I can get in there and start packing up in there. That's usually one of the last rooms. The kitchen and the craft room are the last rooms to pack up and first rooms to unpack. But I think that's it for today. I hope you all are having a great weekend. Thank you for joining me. It's been a lovely visit, pauses and all. Hopefully the next time you see me, I will be healthy and feeling 100%. Let's hope for that. All right, until next time, I wish you well. Bye for now.